while police investigations continue at this stage, there are reports that DJ Waras ran a security company that assisted with evictions at illegally occupied buildings. Andy Mashaile is a security expert and joins us now to talk about the business of conducting evictions. Mr. Mashaile, thank you so much for your time this Reconciliation Day on the program. So clearly this is now a problem that we're seeing somewhat of a pattern of. Given what has happened throughout the year and having looked at, some of the groups as well that have been conducting evictions, particularly in the CBD area, let's talk about what we are faced with now and this problem now of all of these evictions that we're seeing. Now we're seeing someone that has, tragically lost his life.
Good evening to you, Nko, and your viewers, and condolences to DJ Waras' family and strength through this trying and difficult time. Yes, security is a key element of a safe society. And there are those people who will hijack those buildings in Johannesburg and undermine the rule of law. DJ Waras was one of those advocates against crime, those who combat crime. By establishment of a security company, you're already going into that mode, and you're also automatically going into crime detection. Underlining all what I've said, Nko, would be zero trust. Parking your car there, traveling alone, in these trying and difficult and satanic times, you need to do your threat risk assessment so that you have gathered intelligence before parking your car, and when you park your car, you know already who is having a gun trained, a sniper's gun, or be it a handgun, trained in on you. So your arrival there, when you have done threat risk assessment, would have indicated all of those issues. And honestly, Nko, you and I are also guilty of not taking threat risk assessment very seriously, as well as ensuring that you trust no one around, especially when you are in the security business.
And actually, you just led me straight to my next question, and Dr. Mashaile, particularly when we look at, the pattern and how some of these companies that lift their hands and say, look, we are willing to assist in all of this. You have a young man now who's lost his life, right? And this is somewhat of a business. The security business has also been deemed to be, a cutthroat in a dog-eat-dog world in a way. Just what are the odds of us perhaps also having, the likes of the city coming to the table to assist some of these companies, particularly if they identified these hijacked buildings as a problem that they're dealing with at the moment? I understand that the MMC for safety has come out to say that the DJ had no contract with the city to be doing this. But just in terms of the importance of working together, particularly when we look at the issue of hijacked buildings, now would be very important around that, wouldn't you say?
Let's flip the coin, Nko, and say the MMC knows that he or she has a responsibility to entertain and engage in public-private partnerships, especially with regard to hijacked buildings. Why is that so? Money that the City of Johannesburg loses as a result of this hijacked business, whose rent goes into the pockets of organized crime syndicates. The MMC has an obligation to have worked amongst others with companies like that of DJ Waras. Having had understood that DJ Waras had to do with close protection, officiating, bodyguard type of security provision, it would have been prudent for the city, if I may give advice to our people in our country and our beautiful city of Johannesburg. It is important that on the issue of public-private partnerships for the safety and security of the people, as well as reclaiming the hijacked buildings, that the city, as well as security companies come around the table and establish a ring of fire around organized crime gangs.
But also, and Mashaile, why does it seem like the city is failing to get a hang of this problem? Because we've also seen the devastating effects of such issues. We've seen with that building that caught fire and many people died in that building. The sense on the ground is that a government is actually failing to get a hang on the situation.
Yeah, this is the answer that would lead me to creating being disliked on the other side of this conversation that you and I are having. The chief of police is supposed to have ensured that there is intelligence, and that intelligence that has been gathered is put before the council so that the council can apply its mind. If we are to realize what is contained in the National Development Plan, Chapter 12, that says by 2030, the people of this country, including this city, should be feeling safe and they should actually be safe. So this pushes you and I to say to the people who are listening to us that the city has an obligation to ensure that that goal of the National Development Plan becomes a reality by joining hands instead of indicating that you don't have a contract. Yes, you don't have a contract, but the people of this country, the people of this province, wants the Gauteng city region to be corruption-free and to be crime-free and to reclaim those hijacked buildings.
All right, I must thank you so much for your time. That's Mr. Andy Mashaile, who's a security expert, joining us there, weighing in on that developing story. Thank you so much for your time indeed.